Lock it in and rip the knob off. You're tuned in to the #1 show on the planet. The Heffron and Reap Show.
Hello, and thank you for downloading or streaming another awesome episode of the Heffron and Reap Show. As always, I am 50% of Heffron and Reap. I'm the John Reap part. Sitting to my left, as always, the man with the Detroit hat, John Heffron, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, buddy?
We have to be honest. I don't want to start a relationship with our listeners where we lie.
Right.
But I'm not always on your left.
That's true. That's true.
Because sometimes you say he's always,
I said always twice in that thing, and I got to stop doing that. Because
sometimes I'm on the right. I just want to, I just the people who take the time to subscribe to this podcast, I just want to let you guys know we're pretty upfront.
Sometimes you're right in front of me. Sometimes you're behind me. Sometimes you're standing on my chest.
I'm not even in the same room.
That's true.
Sometimes we do that.
But you do rock the Detroit hat a lot.
All the time, and I think I'm going to have to stop. But
why? Anyway, I like old hats.
It smells. It's starting to. My hat is to the point where when I'm around people, I was going, why does everybody smell like shit? I'm like everybody's breath, like right. Everybody, like why does everybody smell like shit? And then I realized I'm the consistent variable around everybody who smells like crap. So I don't know if it's the bill of my hat. Yeah. Like if my breath hits the bill and makes this area around my face smell like crap.
In that hat? Do you work out with that hat on?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, everything in this hat. But I've washed it. I just think, sometimes hats go to that point of no return.
Yeah, it does.
Where there's nothing you can do about it. And I also...
How do you wash your hat, by the way? Because people have different methods of this.
I've got hotel shampoo and washed it in a hotel room and then hung it on the shower and let it drip dry.
Oh, okay.
I've put it in a dishwasher.
Right. I've heard that one.
And I've thrown it into just the washing machine.
Wow. That thing's been through the ringer.
Yeah, literally. I think the bill because it's cardboard, gets mildewy maybe?
Maybe so. I just sort of take a towel and kind of wipe the sweat rings off right there. I've actually before, not this hat, had a hats that I love so much that I would actually get in the shower with them as if I'm just washing
I've swam with hats before.
Yeah.
And I probably, Detroit Tiger hats, I maybe have close to maybe about 42 of them.
No kidding.
And I wear 2.
Do people give them to you?
No, I buy them. New ones? Every time I go, I'm going to get a new one that doesn't smell like shit. And then I buy it, and then I get it home. I'm like, I'm not feeling the love.
Right.
Like, I don't know why at a store you put on a hat.
How long have you had that hat?
I've had this hat forever, and I've even tried to, like my life uniform shirt that people can get on heffronandreap.com. I believe in just if you find something you like, you buy 100 of the same exact thing.
Yeah.
So this hat is, who makes this hat?
Did you get that Lids?
It's General Merchandise, 47 Twins. I don't even know why.
Made in China.
1947.com. I've emailed them or tweeted them 100 times asking if this hat exists anymore, and no one's getting back to me. So their customer service sucks.
Yeah.
So I don't even know why they whatever.
I hate that when you get a good hat.
I can't find. Although
I stopped making it.
I found this hat, the same exact mesh hat, is a company that you can get printed on it anything you want. So if we wanted, I could just get a Heffron and Reap hat.
We should create.
Stitcher,
you know what we should do?
Create this exact hat and not plug the Detroit Tigers, but plug our podcast.
Yes, and then see how like New York does this too. They have the N and the Y together.
Yeah,
like on top of each other almost. Is that a D and a T?
It's a D on a D.
A D on a D. We should do an H on an R.
Why not?
Yeah.
And but we'll have to get a cool kick-ass patch.
Yeah.
Is the key. So anyway.
There you go. Well, I've had this one for quite a while, and it's the inside that gets messed up first. And then you'll slowly see little white sweat rings that come around it. But yeah, it sucks when your favorite kind of hat, because Lids and the NFL, I like the NFL hats, right? They always come out with a new one, like it's supposed to be better. And
when you go to Lids,
cheesy as hell.
Here's so funny.
I don't like the flat bill everyone's getting into. I like a good curve.
Yeah, it's funny, as educated as I think I am, or as much as we deal with the public or we talk to people on a daily basis, just being stand-ups, or you're in front of 500 people and they're drunk and you can kind of control that situation. I cave immediately when I'm at stores like Lids and they're like, like, "Do you want to buy our discount card for an extra $10? You can get like $11 off your next purchase." And then those guys sucker me into that.
I know.
I can't say no to like a 16-year-old kid who just sold me an extra hat that I didn't need.
Yeah.
And then that card's dumb because you don't keep it in your wallet.
I've been a member and not a member like 3 or 4 different times in my life where I've like,
and then they want to look it up, and then you're
like,
I don't know. I've moved every year since I was 18. I have no idea what address. Well, would you like to buy another one? We have a sale. It's only $25, and you can get $6 off of this thing.
Yeah, and how are you going to take care of that hat? You got to make sure you wash it with. We got some lotion right here, special lotion stuff.
I'm a sucker for that stuff.
Right. It's all good.
I'm leaving that in. By the way, if you notice our last podcast, I'm editing less. Sometimes the moments, there's going to be moments.
Yeah, why not? Well, we're at my house today doing a podcast. Do you like my Christmas tree?
I like the Christmas tree. And
Genta, well, I will say this, my wife, we love the pre-lit trees, right? Mm-hmm. That's obviously fake. But what we do is we put the pine, those little Christmas tree air fresheners that you can get that smell like pine. You put that in there, it smells like a real Christmas tree.
Yeah, well, I was looking at the stuff hanging from the tree.
She loves putting stuff all over the tree. There's
those long things. I wasn't going to jump right in and say what I thought they were because I have my stepdaughter with us.
Oh,
who's
you
off
thought it
to
was
the
like
side.
Something about Mary.
Yeah,
I thought goes in the hair and goes straight up.
I thought those things hanging were gifts you bought at an adult shop.
No, she doesn't like.
I don't know why I'm tiptoeing talking around her. By the way, my stepdaughter is sitting in on this.
Should we introduce her or what? Should we wait?
Yeah, we'll call her SD. For stepdaughter.
Ah, okay. SD in the house. What's up, SD?
Nothing much.
It's better than STD. You don't want to do that.
No. But I figure since she's going away into the armed services.
Moving on.
Oh yeah. At this point in her life, she probably already
now
has.
I feel bad that I said, but she's going to hear that type.
But from you, it's probably weird.
It's creepy. I got to keep that in mind.
So I can do it.
Yeah, it's still a little bit creepy, I think.
Yeah,
but she's going into the Air Force. And
awesome, good for you. Why did you choose the Air Force?
Honestly, my dad said Coast Guard or Air Force, and my mom went Coast Guard, so I went Air Force.
There you go. Yeah. Why were we limited to those two right there?
Best services out there. Come on, good benefits.
That's awesome. So when you get in the Air Force, do you want to be a pilot, or do you have any idea of what you want to do when you get into the Air Force?
What I wanted to do was journalism. Unfortunately, the field is kind of limited right now, so I'll probably go in for medical.
Okay. Very good. Well,
she's very articulate in her answer questions.
Thank you for your future service.
Thank you.
Can I get you some coffee?
Yeah, so she's actually in town, and we're whipping her into shape. After we leave this podcast, I'm taking her to the Krav Maga Center. We're going to battle some people. We're going to fight a little bit.
No kidding.
Yeah, so for the next month or two.
That's like a great workout, isn't it?
Yeah,
I need to do that.
Yeah, you need to. Dude, it's fun.
I'm such a lazy
We could do
bastard.
it on you have 6 hours at home on a Monday like me, and then that's it. Why not fill it completely?
You go in there and just Krav Maga yourself to death.
Exactly.
Now, do you do the training I've seen people do with these big kettlebell type things?
I do kettlebells all over.
Are you do? Is she gonna get her into that?
She didn't do that, but I made her do the fit deck yesterday. It's a deck of 52 cards. There's exercises on each one.
You need to take me to this thing one day. Not today, because I know you get a full plate. But
yeah, definitely.
When we have some off time, we should do this as a.
You know what's cool? What would you do? And then I want Sammy to run us through a game. We played a game earlier.
Yeah.
And people are like, we like when you do the. People like trivia.
They like to find out how dumb I am.
So this time, because Sammy's here, we can actually run it together.
Okay. So we're playing against each other?
But on a side note, before we jump into that, so Sammy's here with her boyfriend.
Oh.
And
but he's not here right now.
He's not here now because he's back at the house doing some work, because we said, well, if you come to the house with Sammy, you guys aren't just going to lay around and watch TV.
Oh, you're going to put him to work?
Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
So for the last week, they've laid around and watched TV. And then right, Sammy, you were sick. You were sick. So then we decided to, make a list. Mm-hmm. But if you had an 18-year-old guy around the house, what kind of stuff would you have him do?
Hard labor. Like light bulbs would be changed.
Okay, because I need to make a list because he's getting X amount of money for work. So before we left here, we have a hill by my house, and I have 2 German Shepherds.
Yeah.
I made him sprint up this hill.
Oh.
That's what 45. I mean, not 45 degrees, but it's steep.
Steep. I know the hill you're talking about, right in front of your house.
So we had to take the dogs and sprint each dog up and down the hill. I think he did it 3 to 4 times each. But I paid him to do that. Sprint up the hill.
Nice. And he did this.
Well, he's 18, so it's not like he'd be tired.
Right. No, but he said okay. I mean, I may have seen like, no way, dude.
No, he does it.
That's good.
But I'm running out of stuff for him to do.
Well, do you have high ceilings anywhere in your house?
No, but light bulbs, I haven't changed the light bulb in 6 years. So
we have high ceilings in here, so I would make him get up there and fix these lights. Maybe watch that sunroof right there. If there's any spider webs anywhere, that's got to go. Yeah, a lot of physical labor. Anything that I would dread doing, I'd make.
Well, you know what? He was on the roof and he was cleaning out gutters.
Oh, nice.
Right?
Yeah, I definitely.
Yeah, no, that type of stuff.
That's a good one. Yeah.
So he's cleaning out gutters, and as he's cleaning out the gutters, these Mexican dudes walk by, and they're like, "Hey, Sam, were you there?"
Yeah, I was there. It was
what'd they say?
hilarious. They just they actually drove by the house. We were up on the roof. They drove by and they're like, "Hey, we could do that for you."
Really?
And he was like, "Oh no, man, we got to do the work ourselves." And they're like, "No, man, we do it for you." It was so funny.
Did you take him up on that offer?
No.
What would you have done though? Let's just say for math, I don't even know. Let's say he's the kid's making $10 an hour.
Yeah.
If you would have came home and you would have saw Mexicans on your roof cleaning out the gutters, and then you walk in and he's on the couch just watching, Batman Rises, would you be pissed, or is that a smart business venture? If he paid them $5, he's still making $5, but now he's sitting on the couch and not actually having to do the work.
I would be gosh, I don't know. So many range of emotions would happen.
Yeah.
I'd be like, "You son of..." Well, okay, I hear you. I like how you're thinking.
It's a tough call.
I mean, welcome to California. We get Mexicans do everything out here
for cheaper.
He's just exactly. So he's just falling in line with what. But he didn't do that though. He actually did the work.
No, he did the work.
Yeah.
But then we were just hypothetically.
Yeah.
How'd you say that
I may
word?
have high-fived him and then said, "Go make me a sandwich." I'd still make him do something. You can't just sit there on the couch. That's what I do.
Yeah, right. You got
the guy who owns the house.
You know what? To be smarter, if we were to play this out, he would have hired them, and sat on the roof with them,
right,
and overlooked them, and would have been their shift manager,
right, oversee their work. Yes.
Yeah. So you're technically working, but you're just sitting there,
right? You're managing.
With the
still kind of work, but you can't just see. When I was a young kid working at like odd jobs, I worked at a fast food place in the mall. And one of the things that I learned to do quick was learning how to look like you're doing something, even though you're not doing anything. So when the boss man would come around, I'm not just standing there eating nuggets.
That should be a book we do for married guys.
Yeah, you got to look like you're doing something. So I would just when the boss man would walk around the corner, at least I'm like wiping something. I'd always pretend to be wiping something.
Yeah, because if you're standing there doing nothing,
he'll find something for you.
That's when you're done
clean
the water.
The toilet. You don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So yeah. That's what we should teach the younger generation, how to look busy even though you're not doing anything, even though there's nothing to do.
Maybe we should do that for a future podcast where we have just one little quick segment.
Yeah.
And, I come to you from the future segment.
Right. There you go.
Or
by the way, I got to see your set in Yuma, Arizona. Good job.
Oh, thank you.
Excellent
As to you.
job. Yes, we had a good time.
Yuma was a good show.
Way better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, because you showed up and then you looked, and it looked like, if you imagine you're like junior high school, or even now I'd say junior high, where they used to put on plays.
Yeah.
It kind of had that feel.
Yeah, it didn't have like, when you go to a theater, they have like permanent seats that are there for the show. These were like just chairs brought in from banquet hall.
Yeah, and the stage itself reminded me like you're just on stage like from Grease 2. I'll be your girl for all seasons, all the way through. Like you're doing like one of those bad plays.
I liked it when you were doing when you die, you're going to haunt your kids. I go, huh?
Yeah, that's my favorite.
What?
Yeah. So it was a good time. So with Sammy here, I think we take
What game are we playing?
I don't know what it's called.
Oh, okay.
This was the same game, I think, that we played in the last podcast where you had to guess it before the song started.
Are we going to have music?
We'll do that. Yeah, but now it's just between us. Like who gets it first?
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so between us two.
Yeah.
All right, and then she's the judge or whatever. She's just reading the questions. Good. I'm in. Let's do this. I'm nervous.
All right. So
wait, John, did you go to you finished college, right?
Yeah.
4 years?
It took me 5.
Damn. All right, you beat me by a year. I think you're going to win.
I don't even no idea. All right, Sammy, so here's the deal. You're going to have to conduct what are the rules, Sammy? I'm throwing this at you. You are the game show host.
Well, I mean,
you have to keep it moving. You have to kind of keep suspense. You have to let us know what we're playing and what we're playing for.
Yeah, what are we playing for?
well,
For fun. When I say fun, I mean the new album by Fun.
oh,
Just kidding. But please tell us, what are the rules? What are we doing?
I don't know. Do you guys want me to read it all the way through? Because towards the end, they get a little more detailed.
Well, here's the deal. If we play the game the way we did the other day, we'll guess first before we even hear the card.
Yeah.
You'll tell us, and then you'll just say one clue, and then when we think we know the clue or we think we know the answer, we'll just have to shout it out.
All right. Let's just
Okay.
do a test run and see how it goes. And if we like
Well, she only has X amount of
I
cards,
have
so
5 cards.
okay,
Okay.
do a test one.
Okay. What am I?
I'm going to guess that you are a leg lamp.
I'm gonna say a bull.
I'm going to say you're both wrong.
Okay.
I am invisible.
You're invisible? Air.
I'm invisible. Invisible. A bonus check from an improv. No?
That's a good one. Sammy
right.
didn't laugh as hard because she doesn't understand. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
But that's
So, okay. So,
Okay, no.
But he's wrong.
Yeah, both of you are wrong again.
Right.
I can make people laugh.
Ooh, invisible and make people laugh. A fart.
I'm going to say laughing gas.
Oh, you got it.
Yes.
Well, that's kind of what a fart is.
It is funny.
When I
You're
fart,
right, though.
people laugh. It's laughing gas. That's
Right.
what I call it when I fart.
And then the only thing to add to the game, Sammy, nice job,
Yeah, good job.
is like say our names. Like John Reap. Do you know? You know what I mean? Kind of like
Okay, so after I read it, just then be like,
pretend like you're who do you want to be like Ryan Seacrest or do you want to be like Carson Daly?
I don't watch enough television to know the difference.
What's another example that we could give her that maybe she... What do you watch? You don't watch TV?
I mean,
You watch stuff
yeah,
online?
I watch TV. Yeah, online mostly.
She reads.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Okay, so just make it really exciting.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't do this. I'm not really an exciting person.
You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it.
We
Ready?
should just add some music.
Yeah, there'll be music.
Okay,
So this will be exciting.
Right.
All right. So now we have how many questions?
Okay, you got 4 questions.
All right.
Okay. So here we go. First, let's say so 4. Oh, but we don't have a tiebreaker now.
That first one was a test, so that doesn't count.
Yeah.
So you have to do 3.
Okay. so
3 questions, and then the 4th will be the tiebreaker.
Okay.
All right. So then the winner of this, what's it going to be?
The winner can make the other person...
We don't have to get as crazy as like Punch Drunk. Those guys do some pretty crazy,
Yeah, I
which
don't
is
wanna-
hilarious.
Yeah.
So, but we'll keep ours within the guise of the show.
Well, the other one will have to...
Let's just go Wounded Warriors.
I got it. Okay, Winter Warriors. And if I win, then
Okay.
you have to go on your Facebook and Twitter account for the next 3 days and just plug my dates. And vice versa. If you win, I go on my Facebook and Twitter and I go, hey, by the way, you see John Heffron in Tampa. You know,
Okay.
whatever it is. We plug each other more so than we would.
Okay.
Not that we do that anyway, which we should. We're friends.
We need to start doing that.
Yeah. Okay, so is that good?
Let's do it.
All right. So before she reads a question, we have to do a guess first, right? We just guess something.
Yeah. So just tell us what it possibly is.
Oh, like the category?
Yeah. Just so we kind of have a clue.
Okay, this one is Who Am I?
Who
Okay.
am I? You,
Abe Lincoln.
Starting off
Rosalind Carter, Jimmy Carter's wife.
strong. No. But I'm going
The
to...
guy from Madness. The guy who sings Our House. Do you even know that song?
Yeah, I know that song. My mom loves it.
Wow.
Okay.
Very good.
Okay, it says, I'm a pop singer and songwriter. John Reap, let's hear it.
A pop singer and a songwriter?
Yes.
You are Katy Perry.
Oh, no, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Okay, John Heffron, let's go.
I'm Michael Jackson.
Guys, you're aiming wrong here.
Okay.
I am male, so
You're M-A-L-E?
That takes out Michael Jackson.
yeah. Yes, male.
Wait, it's my turn.
Oh, we're going back and forth?
I think so, right?
Yes.
We'll go like this, yeah.
Oh,
Okay. You're a male and you're a pop singer. You, okay, I can't ask other questions. Okay. Bruce Springsteen.
No.
Oh, I see. If we do it this way, then when it comes to me, then I can build on the thing. So even if you do it that way,
gave you an
it's like
advantage,
hot
didn't I?
potato, right? Mm-hmm. We're completely making this up as we go along. But then that you can't shout out. If it's my turn, then
Right, I can't.
you can't shout
Right, I'm not
out.
going
So
to.
you got to.
I'll be quiet right now.
So now here's what you have to say. Like in a really defeatist voice, when we pass it, you have to say, I pass it to Heffron.
I pass it to Heffron.
Okay, and then I'll have to say it back. Okay, so there you go. Sam.
Okay. I was born in Canada in 1959.
Well, you didn't guess on the last one, though. The
Yeah,
male
but now
pop
it's me.
singer.
It's my turn now.
Okay, but if you get it wrong, then I get
Then
to
it's gonna
guess.
go to you.
And,
You're
but
gonna-
you didn't guess when I was wrong about the male part. So you still have one guess with just male and pop singer.
But I
Now
didn't
you
know
have
it.
another clue.
No, we get one guess when it's going on.
I see. All right. So
Imagine if they did this on game shows on TV where they just had to make it up. Like Alex Trebek's like, I don't know, like should we go into the
Where's the
showcase
judges? Right.
show? All right, so 1959, Canada. I don't know that many Canadian
that what you
singers,
said?
but I'm gonna let's see the guys 10 years older. Who's like a Canadian guy? Like Tom Jones.
ooh, that's a good guess.
No.
Okay, back.
All right. So you were wrong. Now, do I get to guess?
All
on this, or
right,
do
back to Reap. Right, are we
ahead.
doing that part of the game?
Okay. I am a vegan.
You're a vegan. You're male.
Yes.
You're a pop singer, songwriter, and you're from Canada
And born in 1959.
and born in
Oh,
1959.
I know.
God.
Pop star, Canada, vegan.
Oh God. Richard Marx.
No.
He's too young for that. 1959.
59. See,
But he's from Canada, though.
that's a good call. Guess. Because I'm going to guess similarly, more similar.
Do I read another one?
Yeah.
Back to you, Heffron.
I toured
hard.
Europe in 1985 with Tina Turner.
Okay. I was originally thinking Bryan Adams, but
I would've said that,
But
too.
I don't know if Bryan Adams is 11 years older than us. Sammy's got a poker face on, so I can't really tell. My answer is going to be Bryan Adams.
You got it right.
I want to run to you. Oh, once in your life you find someone. Was the world around? Up and laying down.
Can't sing.
And it cuts like a knife.
China, na,
And
na,
it-
na, na, na. Yeah.
Oh, it cuts.
I always liked him.
And it's all for one.
He
One for
knows
one.
all of his songs.
I know. I love Bryan
But you're
Adams.
skipping the best one. It's the summer of '69. Oh yeah.
One night love affair. Trying to make like we don't care.
I'm not singing along with you because I'm pissed off that I didn't.
That
get
was Bryan Adams.
I was going to say
Bryan Adams' Reckless.
I couldn't think of his name. So I just thought Richard Marx.
Was from why I love Bryan Adams so much is on Columbia Records and Tapes.
Yeah.
Their selection of the month. Do you ever sign up for Columbia Records and Tapes?
No, but I almost did, and I told the
And what
you
happens
could
is-
never get out of it.
You'd get a card, and then you'd have to pick. But if you didn't send it back to them saying you didn't want anything,
Yeah.
they had a thing called Selection of the Month, where you'd get whatever CD or cassette was already in there. And Bryan Adams was always Selection of the Month. So you'd always get Bryan Adams cassettes sent to you.
Right.
But for a cassette of Columbia Records and Tapes, $17.99
Really?
is what it cost you.
Is that good or bad? I think that's
It's
bad.
$1 million. That's completely why the record business lost all its money.
All right, so listen, John, I'm upset. You're up 1-0
1-0.
because the first one didn't count, but that one counted. All right, John Heffern's up 1-0.
All right, here
What's
we go.
next, Sammy? SD.
Okay. Category, what am I?
What are you? You are you're a bar stool.
No, I'm not a bar stool.
All right, I'm going to go with you're the plastic baggie people use to pick up poop at the dog park.
Damn, I was going to say that.
I'll go plastic bag.
Unfortunately, I am not.
Okay.
I am a type of insect.
Type of insect. Okay, you're a praying menace.
No.
Is it even an insect? I think it is, right?
I think so.
I have no idea.
All right.
Is it my turn?
Okay, I'll pass it to Heffron.
I live everywhere.
An insect. You live everywhere. I'm going to go Musquato, also known as the mosquito, also known as the Michigan state bird.
Also known as a blood-sucking leech. Yeah, go ahead.
Musquato.
No. But I do have flat sides and a very small head.
Flat sides and a very small head. You're an insect and you're everywhere. Are you
I think
a
it's
water bug?
I think it's the most easiest one.
Cockroach.
It's very easy. It is that. You can do it if you just think.
Did I just get it right?
No, you got it wrong.
Okay. I said two things though.
Okay,
That's
so
kind of cheated.
I can bite.
Okay, you're thin. You're thin. You have eyes on both sides. Right?
Nope, she didn't say that.
I said
She
I
said
have
you're
flat sides and a very small head.
Flat sides.
Sounds like my penis. Sorry.
Are you an ant?
I am not an ant.
Hold on. Okay, pass it to Reeb.
Bring it on.
I am dangerous because I carry germs.
It's every insect. This is so vague. Flat sides, tiny head, got germs. You're everywhere. You're not a mosquito. You're not a cockroach. Beetle?
No. But I do have wings.
Say it, John. You have to say
Oh, I'll pass it on to Heffern.
Diseases. You have wings.
No, I have no wings.
You don't have
You
wings.
don't have wings. So you can't fly. You're my dog. You're a flea.
Oh, it's another one for John Heffern.
Oh man!
That's it.
There we
It was a
go.
landslide.
There we go.
Oh God! Let's go double or nothing for the next one. Just to make it
What's this
interesting.
next one? Here's the deal.
What, a flea?
Flea.
Yes, it was a flea.
A flea. I don't even know what a flea looks like. I've not even seen it. I don't think I have. I haven't committed it to memory. How did you get
Note to self: if the Reeps and Heffrons ever play couple Trivia Pursuit, stay with my wife. Don't ever.
Also, most
guys
likely that
versus
his
girls.
dogs have fleas and mine don't.
All right. So what do you want to do for the last one? This is the last one.
Double or nothing. So let's make it interesting. If I get this one right,
I'll still plug your date. Let's just.
well, I was going to add something else because you've already won. So I should still plug your dates, which I'm going to do. But if I get this one right, you also have to plug my dates. If I get it wrong, then you don't have to plug my dates.
Yeah, but I would.
And
Plug
I'd have to do 5 push-ups with the microphone.
You know, Sammy's trying to do push-ups. She's trying to max her test for the Air Force. That's what we're trying to get her up to.
Do you have to have a certain amount of push-ups that you can do?
Yeah, it's 18.
You have to do 18 push-ups?
Yeah.
Like
Okay,
regular
so
push-ups?
here's the
Yeah,
deal.
regular.
If I get it right, Reap has to do
18?
the minimum required for
Oh my
females
God.
at the Air Force.
That's
At
18.
18.
What if I can't do 18
Well,
push-ups?
that'll be the thing. Like, if I get it right, then you'll have to try to attempt to
All right, I'll
break
do it.
the
Okay,
female
fine.
18 Air Force minimum requirement.
Deal. Let's
Okay.
do this. Take it away, SD.
Category, what am I?
What are you? Okay, you're an ashtray.
I'm not an ashtray.
Marshmallow.
God, what if you
No,
get that right?
but
I know when that.
you're thinking in the right direction.
Wow,
I am-
see, I'm already in there.
I'm in a small
You know the question.
It's just that I'm a small item.
Okay, so here we go.
That's the
Yes,
first clue.
That's for you, John Reap.
You're a small item. You're a small item. You are a small item. That means you're a keychain.
No, I'm not a keychain.
She's psyched me out, man.
All right, so it's my turn. Say it, John.
Oh, let's go pass it to John.
I am made of rubber and plastic.
Small item made of rubber and plastic. A pen.
It's not a pen.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta say it.
Okay. Time to go back to Reap.
You keep looking at something. Are you cheating? Are
I
you
have
Googling?
a ring.
No, I'm looking at our SD card to see how much time we
Okay.
have left because
All
I
right.
forgot to buy a new one. So.
I have a ring on one side.
You have a ring? Gosh, you
I'm
sound
mentally
more like
lost focus.
keychain every second.
Ring.
You have a ring on one side, and you're
ring on
small,
one
and you're
side.
made of rubber and plastic. A ring on one side, made of rubber and plastic. God, I want to get this right. I don't know. A ring on one side? Earring. I don't know.
Incorrect. I feel like this next one is probably gonna give it away.
This is not fair.
All right.
Wait, for this one, let's just both jump in.
Oh, he's changing the rules. If I don't get it right this one, the next one she can just read it and we'll jump in.
All right.
But this one has to go to me.
Okay, fine.
All right.
Okay, I have a teat on the other side.
A what?
Did she just say teat?
Yes, I said teat. It's what it says.
Like a tit?
Yep.
Oh.
Rubber teat on the other side.
I think I know it.
Rubber. The teat. It's rubber. It's
I know it. I know what it is.
nipple ring.
It's not a nipple ring. Reap,
It's a pacifier.
you are correct. Double or nothing, you won.
Sorry, push-ups. Not today.
Heffron and Reap. Shameless plugs.
All right. Well, that's what I like to call a draw. So I have to plug your dates. And it looks like you're going to be in Tampa, Florida at the Improv December 13 through 16. And then you're going to be in Denver.
No, not there. I'm not in Denver.
Greenwood Village, Colorado.
Not there.
That's not happening?
Nope.
What about West Nyack, New York? Am I saying that right?
Yes.
At Levity Live?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a new club
Oh, nice. I've not heard of it.
over New Year's.
Where's West Nyack?
Just outside of New York.
All right, and you're going to be there for New Year's Eve, right?
Yeah.
And then from there, the January 10th, you're going to be in Schaumburg, Illinois at the Chicago Improv. Not been there either. Then January 13th through 17th, Columbus, Ohio, the Funny Bone. Then January 20 through 24, Erie, Pennsylvania at Junior's Just for Laugh Comedy Club, or they call it JR's. I say
Yeah.
Junior's. Okay. Then you're going to be in my neck of the woods. What is that? Is that February?
Charlotte.
February
Yeah.
2nd? And Charlotte, North Carolina, the Queen City. You know how they call it the Queen City?
No.
Clay Aiken's from there. Night Theater at Levine Center for the Arts.
All right, that's
Levine
good. Now,
Center.
where are yours?
Mine, just click on that tab right up here.
Right here?
Boom. Now you do me.
All right, everybody. John Reap. By the way, I hope you all do go to all of our shows or let us know. Or if you do show up at a show, say, hey, we listen to a podcast. Because sometimes we sit here and go, why are we doing this? 12:31, Reap will be at Bellevue, Washington at Parlor Live. Great club. They have fancy TVs before the show starts. Dallas, Texas, Reap's coming to you on the 17th of January at Hyenas Comedy Nightclub. And also, the 24th of January, Jacksonville, Florida, Comedy Zone, the place where hecklers throw wine.
Yes, that's where,
especially if you're Tammy Pescatelli.
Yes.
And hitting into February, he'll be in Tampa, Florida at Side Splitters. By the way, if you would like to read all these dates without mumbling and saying, if you go to heffernandreap.com, just click on shows.
Yeah.
You'll see where we are. And also, we have a segment on there where you can leave voicemail messages for us. You can do whatever you want. You can sing songs. You can do impressions. Maybe if you want to do impression of just your mom.
There you go.
We don't know if it's bad or good.
Yeah.
If you want to say, hey, my Twitter handle is whatever, here's an impression of my mom, we'll play that on our podcast. So you kind of get a shout out.
That's pretty cool. That's a new feature.
That's a new
We just
feature.
added that.
Or if you want to tell us, hey, when are you guys coming to whatever, you can leave that message because the big plan for the next year, trying to get Reap.
And if you're just going to get on there and say mean things, you have no chance of getting played on the podcast.
Yeah, it's going to get deleted. So
don't waste your time.
No one has that
Say
kind of
something
time.
funny.
And also, we're looking in some cities to, especially like Arizona area,
Oh, yeah.
Atlanta area of also very popular, and then
L.A. somewhere.
somewhere to
Outside of
do
LA.
some theaters where we're going to show up and do nice little quiet, quaint theaters.
That's right.
Also, I don't have the page pulled up, but shout out to everybody listening in
Uganda?
weirder, smaller parts of the world. Weirder isn't the word.
Belgium.
But we have some, there's some fans. Like, I just think of that one or two people in the middle of nowhere that are like, oh, yeah, I wonder what Heifer and Reaper are doing. Or you're downloading it by accident. But would love to, if you're on our website, if you go to heiferandreap.com, because of the new voicemail system thing we have there, you can do it right from your computer.
Yeah.
So if you are from another part of the country, leave another part of the world, leave a message, and we'll play it. But if you're like speaking, like if you know English, that would help us.
That would help us.
Because we don't know if you're like, and you're saying like,
These guys
those
suck.
guys like, big, large penis.
What about the dude we saw in Yuma who was a listener?
In Iraq?
In Iraq.
No, Afghanistan.
Afghanistan, that's right.
So we also, shout out to
that guy.
all the service people listening. Because I really didn't even think about that, but we met in Yuma a bunch of people who listen to us overseas. Because where they're doing their tours, they can't download video in Afghanistan, so it's all audio.
Right.
So that's why they listen to a bunch of podcasts. They listen to us
It was
and
pretty
Rogan,
cool
and
to meet
it's all
that guy. Right before the show, he just came up to us like, "Hey, me and you were running to the theater to get there on time."
super nice guy.
And he was like, just a super cool dude, and is excited to meet us. And I don't even know if he really knew much about our stand-up, just a podcast, which was cool. I like
And
it.
it sounds cheesy. I even said this to you when we're in the elevator because, we put a lot of time into the podcast. If you're just listening to it running, you might not think so. But there is a lot of, the hour or 2 days we're actually home. Each podcast takes a couple hours to do and blah, blah, blah. It's sweat equity.
Yeah.
So sometimes you go,
Burning calories.
yeah, sometimes you go, why are we even, what are we doing? And then you hear like the guy in Afghanistan go, I listen to you all the time. It helped pass time. You're like, oh, okay.
Yep.
That's why we're doing it.
That's right.
Just a moment of entertainmentness.
Yep. So all we gotta do is if you're gonna buy something because Christmas is here, click on our Amazon link.
Yeah, so just go to heiferandreap.com and just be interactive, would you?
Please
We have
and
some
thank you.
cool things planned. You know what we need to do is we need to make credit cards, not that people can charge, but plastic cards that say Heifer and Reap on them with our logo.
Yeah.
And if they show up to a show with this card that we'll put on our website, I say we comp them and give people free tickets.
Ooh, I like that idea.
And then we'll figure out a way we can be interactive, but the people who really into us, why not reward them for listening? And we'll send them this cool card,
Right.
and then they just show up at the box office, and they can be our guests in some like cool seat at the comedy club. Why not?
That's a good idea. Get on that. Call your people.
My
Get
people
that made.
being me.
Your merch people, whoever that is.
So we're here, special guest, soon to be. What are you called right now?
I'm called a trainee.
You're training now.
Yes.
And then in 2 months when you leave, by the way, we're talking to my daughter.
In 2 months, when I graduate basic training, I'll be an airman.
An airman.
Yeah.
That's politically incorrect. Does she call you an air woman or an air person? Because that's what they do now. If you take a flight, they're not stewardesses.
They
flight
got rid of
attendants.
freshmen at some college. They got rid of freshmen.
Is that? Oh, I didn't think
It's
about
fresh
that.
person.
That's
what they call them.
like something Will Smith would have. A song Will Smith would have.
Yeah. I think it's a little lame.
Fresh person.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
think
interesting.
It's a little.
So you'll be an airman. Are you gonna? I did a gig for the Air Force a while back in Vegas. Super cool people. And the guy who picked me up at the airport was a pilot of a drone, like a drone pilot. You know what I mean? Like he sits in a room somewhere and he flies these drones that go over to Afghanistan and Iraq and stuff. And I thought that was cool because it's like you're playing a video game, but it's not. It's real, right?
Yeah.
Are you interested in that too? I mean, is that something you're going to be doing maybe?
No, I'm mostly probably medical, but I do have a buddy who's about to graduate his tech school, and he is a drone pilot.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. I mean, that's this generation. They love the video games, and now they're finding a practical way to make that useful. Kind of like The Last Starfighter, that old 80s movie where the guy was really good at a video game, and then like these guys came down from another galaxy and said, "You're the best at this video game. It wasn't a game, it was a test. We need you to come to this universe and save our galaxy."
Nice.
I like that.
Now, Sammy, you don't actually play, you know what we say, like the younger generation?
Yeah.
Or like they're in the video games and they don't. I never see her.
No, she's
Like-
got a good,
Yeah.
quite good head on her shoulder. She's like busy.
She reads.
But I mean, I'm
She does-
definitely into Instagram, and that's my generation.
Right.
Like, how are you guys Instagramming?
Oh yeah, I'm on Instagram. What was the last one I just?
You can't
did?
look at John Reap's Instagram though.
Why? No, I'm.
Don't you send?
No,
You don't send anything crazy?
not really. Not on Instagram. Maybe on Twitter sometimes.
You know, Twitter has a new thing now where it's not. They're not letting you Instagram. They have their new thing.
What?
Yeah, they like
Because-
aced out Instagram because they want their own thing.
Do they have filters that you can play with on Twitter? Because that's what people love about Instagram is you can change the look of the picture and make it all. They have this great technology to make your picture look old as shit.
Right.
We have that. It's just an old camera. Pull it out. There's your Instagram. It's a Polaroid. Shake it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm on Instagram. Yeah. Now, what do you take pictures of on Instagram? Do you do food? Do you do
Yes,
sunsets?
sometimes I do food.
Do you
I
do your
haven't-
feet at a beach?
I have done my feet. I actually just listened to a song, and it was an Instagram song making fun of it.
Yeah. Look at this Instagram. I
Yes,
saw it the other
the
day. It's
Nickelback
hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. My wife showed it to me. I laughed so hard because we both do a lot of those things now.
Look at this Instagram. It's Benedict side of ham. Started out as a lemon tart. Then my phone went and made it art.
And these are my fingernails. The beauty's in the details. Drinking my ties on a cruise. Just a coincidence, it's also boo.
Moving on.
Like hanging out, and I wanted to play a video game.
Yeah.
So I took the PlayStation off of the main TV.
Does her boyfriend play video games?
He hasn't yet.
Well,
I took it off the main TV and I went up into the master bedroom and hooked it up to the TV.
right.
And then I got some bagel bites.
There
And I
you
made
go.
some bagel bites. Mm-hmm. And then I got a 2-liter of Verner's. It's
Oh,
like a
soda.
pop.
Yeah.
I didn't have Mountain Dew. And I went in there and I closed the door and I felt like I was in college again in my dorm room,
Wow.
blocking everybody else in the house
And they were
out of my.
and they were
little-
probably reading a book.
They do. Sammy
That's like
she
a
reads
role
books.
reversal almost.
She actually reads like so many books where we've gone to wherever, a bookstore.
Yeah.
Right? And I've said, yeah, pick out some books. And then she'll leave with like 5 or 6. And then a week later, they'll be read. Now,
Really? Do you
you want
quiz
to
her
be
on
the
these?
dad that's like, can you not read as much? Can you slow down on your reading, please?
Yeah.
And maybe, can you smoke in between each book you read?
Right. You have to take a shot of Jack Daniels at least between every book.
You know what we should do is because, how old do we look, Sammy?
Oh.
Honestly, like if you're friends, if you saw people our age,
Put my hat back on.
yeah.
I mean, you guys actually don't look that old. Like, John, I know you're
Do we look?
in the 40s, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I said John. That's both of you. That
true.
can get confusing.
Yeah. Do we look dad age though?
Yes, you guys do look dad age.
Oh no.
How depressing is that? Is just because you don't have kids. But now, let's say you're at the mall, and Sammy, who's now an adult, who's graduated from high school, but let's say some of her friends, and
Right.
you walk by, they look at you. Their first thought is that guy is
Chill
someone's
out.
dad.
It's an adult.
Yeah. How does
Probably. I don't know.
Does that make you want to kill yourself?
No. I don't think about it. I sort of like.
One, why are you hanging out where 18-year-old girls hang out? You're being creepy. 2, so stop hanging out at the mall.
Yeah. I don't know. I remember when I was that age, the adults dress different. See, I don't think you and I dress like most people our age. Like, I don't wear khakis.
Well,
I
we do
don't have
live
a
in
fanny
LA
pack.
where it sometimes shaves
I
a
don't
little.
tuck my shirt in and have a belt with a clip-on phone. Okay.
Yeah.
That's to me. That's people my age.
We still wear hoodies, but now let me ask you this question as an 18-year-old girl.
We both still have our hair.
You see a guy our age wearing a hoodie. Is it creepy? Do you think, look at that old dad age guy trying to dress like my boyfriend?
I think it really is location wise. Like, if I saw somebody back in Florida,
Okay.
where I'm from, and I saw some guy hanging out at the mall in his hoodie, I'd be like, whoa, what is that creep doing here? Let's go to the other side of the mall.
Right.
But in Los Angeles, it's different. Everybody dresses with a lot more style, I guess. I don't know.
No one dresses with the fanny pack and the khakis.
Yeah, no,
and the
I haven't seen
shirt.
anybody like that.
Right. But when I go home, but when in Florida, you do see people our age dressed like that, right? Or
Yes.
no? Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
for sure.
For sure. Yeah. See, that's because, John, we're not in the real world. We're comedians, and we act a lot younger than we actually are, I think. So that hopefully
What
gives the perception that we're younger than we are.
What move or let's see, how do I phrase this? What move or mannerism do you see people our age doing that you're just trying to act young? Not move. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
A thing, or maybe it's music, or if it's
what thing? I got a great example. Last night we're watching The Tonight Show,
right?
And of Monsters of Men, is that the group?
Yeah.
You have Monsters of Men
Okay.
are on. It's a group that I've been a fan of for about a year.
Okay.
It's a younger group though.
Okay.
And they came on and they're singing their song that I actually know.
Which is what?
It's called Little Talk.
That's right. I was quizzing you. I have all their albums.
Do you?
Nope.
Okay, so it's good though.
Right.
So while they're on, they're playing, and Sammy's on the fold-out couch, and I'm showing that I can keep a beat to this song, and I'm being really loud. And then I realize about halfway through, I'm the old guy trying to impress the 18-year-olds that I know their music.
Right. You
So
wanna say
that was a weird little bit of a creep out moment for me last night, and then I just shuddered into my chair and hunched my shoulders and just watched quietly instead of enjoying myself. So was that? Do you know what I mean? So when adults do that, does that?
That wasn't bad. Actually, probably
And
a
if you're gonna say
genre of
anything right now-
music
Okay.
that would kind of put me off edge, is pop music. If you guys were trying to keep up with the pop music, like bopping to some
Like
Rihanna
Katy Perry
or
or
something,
something?
it's just,
like Nicki Minaj,
yeah.
who I love, by the way.
Now, do you think moms?
My wife hates that I love that.
Do you think moms do that more than dads? Like moms that you know. You know what I mean? I would think, or am I wrong, that there'd be more 45-year-old moms in the front singing Call Me Baby with their teenage daughters than dad singing. Right. Or is dad doing it just to try to be funny?
I think when mom does it's more acceptable in society than it is when dad tries to do it. When dad tries to do it, it looks goofy, creepy. When mom does it, it's like, oh, she's trying to connect with her kids. It's more endearing.
And then they both go to Forever 21 and buy the same pair of jeans.
Right.
Then it becomes really creepy.
Unless you're Honey Boo Boo. Then it's just a sad mess.
Is there, as a mom age, what should moms not wear? Do you know moms?
Now,
let's keep everyone we know. But do you know moms that dress inappropriately for their age?
Dress without a bra every day. That happens a lot.
And how old are these moms?
They're going to be
about 40.
Where are these moms?
That's terrible. Let's just say one would want to see one of these moms without a bra. Let's just say if you were to pick a place that we could podcast from, just so we can make fun of them.
Any digital proof on your phone that we can look at of these so-called braless
Let's say
mothers?
we were to give you a camera and you stay the night at one of these moms' house. Could you?
We need more research.
Instagram that.
Right.
Okay, so what we got so far? We have don't sing to pop songs.
Right.
If your mom wear a bra.
Wear a bra. What about this? Have you? I don't know where you would encounter this, being your age. Have you ever been somewhere where there's people your age dancing, and then you see an older dude dancing there too? Is it obvious that they're older by the way they dance and what they're dancing, how they're dancing, or have you seen that at all? I don't even know.
Yes, I have. I recently went to a club for the first time, actually.
Really?
Yes.
18 and up, I hope.
Yep.
Okay.
It was a little scary. There was...
Hold on, when did you go to this club? Is this when you said you were running to the grocery store?
No.
Where was this? Is this here in L.A. or
No,
is this in Florida?
was in Florida. It
All
was
right,
in
all right.
Ybor. But, it was scary.
You went to Ybor?
Yeah.
Y-B-O-R.
Yeah.
Boom.
That's where I'm at this week.
That's right. Oh, that's
Have
right.
you
But
been
next-
to Ybor?
That's right next to Tampa. Yeah, it's a big Cuban or Latino population, right?
Is that a long word for saying really shady 2 blocks?
Yes, it
Maybe
is.
so.
Pretty shady down
It
there.
really is. Walking to the club, like, we got stopped. This guy came and walked with me and Aaron, and he was like, "Hey, you guys, you smoke?" Like, I got some, and we were like, "Oh, no, thank you." So we tried to, like, speed up, and, so it is very shady out
Tell
there.
us about the dancing thing, though.
Oh, but this club, it was like, it's 2 levels, and there are older guys like up top, and they're really creepy. Like, they just stare down. I feel like they're looking for their prey. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Like an eagle or a hawk.
yeah, and
It's at the apex, waiting to swoop down and with its claws.
But it was like a girl sort of next to me, and he like came down. He started dancing on her. She was really uncomfortable, I could tell. So she tried to like get away. So he tried to move on to someone else. So he was trying to dance on her. It is a creepy place though. At the club, everybody wants to dance on top of each other.
Yeah. The what do they call that? The lambada almost. Not the lambada, but it's basically.
creepy is that, though?
People
So-
are, the dancing now is just standing up and dry humping. Right? I
Yeah.
mean, that's kind of what it is. So that guy who was doing that.
How old do you think those guys were? Because you're at an all ages club.
I honestly think maybe he wasn't that old, but it was too old for the club scene. I think maybe
So
like
how
34.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Was he dressed 34 or was he dressed 19?
Yeah,
I don't know.
you're 30 years
Probably
old.
like 19, like with the Ed Hardy shirt. and jeans.
Douche.
Yeah,
Ed Hardy. You know, I have spoof shirts. Can I tell her this real quick?
yeah.
Heffron and Reap. Shameless plugs.
heffronreap.com. Anyway, I have shirts making fun of Ed Hardy shirts. And they look just like an Ed Hardy shirt, but it's because I think it's for tools, right? So I made fun of it. And one says Mr. Ed Horsey, and it's like from Mr. Ed, which is probably dating myself there. And then the other one is Jed Hardy, and it's like Jed Clampett from the Beverly Hillbillies, and it's a big skull. So anyway, I'm glad that you think that the Ed Hardy is pretty douchey. Yeah.
All right, so we have don't go to. That's 35. That's creepy. 18. But I know the area that it's in.
Yeah.
It's
Do you remember the name of that club?
It was Czar.
Czar.
Yeah,
Is it always-
C-Z-A-R.
right there.
Wow. Is it always 18 and up, or is that like an 18 up night?
I have no idea,
Yeah.
actually.
I'm there
that
this
dude
week.
could have
Maybe I'll
been-
go.
Yeah,
Maybe
go
I'll
check it
hit Czar up when I'm at
I
the
need to
Tampa
go do some
Improv.
research on that, John.
And I'll be up there.
Take
and then
some
Sammy
pictures.
will look up and go, "Is that John?" And then
What's he doing up there?
why is he
staring at me?
Why is your stepdad
Why is he
creeping us?
dubstepping? Is that a dance or is that just music? Dubstep.
All right,
you know?
so it's don't do that. Women should wear bras. Don't dance to "Call Me Baby."
Yeah.
Or maybe any other things. If you were to enlighten us,
Are you a fan of Kesha?
I mean, I'm not against her. I listen to the radio mostly, so when they come on, like when my girlfriends get in the car, they put it on like a pop station. I usually
Yeah.
have it on a rock, but they like it.
What do you like? What like if you had? Do they even listen to CDs anymore?
no.
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 Wow, that's gone, huh?
Yeah, we have Pandora Radio.
So what do you like? What's some of your channels on Pandora?
I have Eminem, but that's because of my boyfriend, and then I have movie soundtracks. I
Movie
love
soundtracks.
them. It's a variety of everything.
Oh, well, like what?
You're a
what
Grease
movie?
2 fan, right?
I love Grease.
I want a
Wow.
cool rider. A cool rider.
I don't know that one.
Is he cool enough to burn me through and through?
Man.
Whoa. I want to land.
I don't know
Do you know
that
that song?
Yeah,
That's
I
from
know
Grease.
that song.
Grease 1 or 2?
2.
And then, who's that guy?
That's also 2.
Where did he come from?
Are you
Who's
only
that
a fan
guy?
of Grease too? These are no Grease.
Yeah, because those are
songs.
Grease. I don't know these ones.
These are the good ones.
What about this? Have you seen the new Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta
No.
little? I think you might like it video they did on. They got back together and did a little song.
Oh, no, I
on
haven't seen
YouTube. It's horrible.
Oh.
It's cute, but it's just a little cheesy. It's more of a country song, and they're dancing on his plane.
That's dumb. So let's stay in this pocket. So we learned that just because this is really the only time we can talk to an 18-year-old, and it's not weird.
Yeah.
So it's what do you think at people our age, and what do you think the number one concern or problem somebody our age has.
What, a problem for you guys?
Not for us personally, but just in general.
Other people our age, not us.
Okay.
It's almost like you can talk about us, but you're not talking
What do you
about
think people our age worry about the most?
I don't know. Is like health problems? Is this a trick question?
us. No.
No,
I'm
I'm just trying to get perspective.
Well, that's a good one. She's probably right. Health problems. Yeah, of course. Why is my voice going up?
She's in. I know. She's
weird.
probably thinking that because you just revealed you can't fulfill the Air Force minimum 18-year-old girl push-up test.
You're going to make me do 18 push-ups, aren't you? You're still pushing for that. I'll do it. I'll show you. I could do at least 18. I think. Maybe I could do 15.
Legitimate ones.
I know. It'd be hard. We'll end the podcast doing it. We'll end it with me doing 18, and we'll let them know the next podcast if I actually
You
got
can
to
do
18.
18. You can.
You don't know me, man.
You can do 18. And then I always tell Sammy, the key is you have to breathe the entire time. People hold their breath, and then that gasses them out more than the actual physical act of doing push-ups.
Okay.
You know?
So she guessed health. I think
guessed
that's
health.
probably right. What else?
Well, I don't think fashion is a big thing.
You think when we get to this age, we don't care about fashion?
Well, look at us.
Look at me. I'm wearing. Look at this. What is this? It's a fake. That you make fun of this in your act.
I know.
I'm wearing shorts from a fake gym. Or
Dude,
whatever.
why don't we make... I do make fun
Phys
of clothing with random numbers on it.
Yeah. That is funny, and I agree with that.
Lacrosse team shirts from
But
Abercrombie.
here, let me just
But
say
why don't we have the Hefner and Reap athletic department shirt? Why don't we do
we
that
have our
shirt?
own athletic department?
Yeah, why don't we... We'll just...
Oh, but-
like, people would wear that.
What's our style going to be?
We'll do it old school, just like any of those. But it would
No, if
just
it's
be
old school, it's going to come up here. It got to be
the
short
Hefner
shorts.
and Hefner, because we can't have our name on it because I don't know if people would wear it.
Right.
But if it's kind
The
of like
H&R health department or phys ed department or whatever. What does this say? Phys ed,
okay,
New York. Yeah.
dear stepdaughter? What?
Here's the thing. The reason why let me just finish.
okay.
The reason why I got these, okay, is like
You don't have to justify.
No, but I think it's funny.
Okay.
I go to the gym and I see guys my age who've decided to not. I mean, even when you go to the gym, I mean, my mind is like, I'm just there to work out and sweat. I'm not here for a fashion show. But you don't want to be that old guy who's got the black socks pulled up and he's got like.
Although it's very stylish. Like
I know
the young
that
guys.
kind of is. I'm just saying. Like,
I don't want to be the
short
everything
shorts.
I wear says Under Armour on a guy because it looks like you're
Yeah.
trying to be part of
Right.
a
But
baseball
there's a
team.
happy medium that I'm trying to reach.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't want to be too far old guy with just too tight of a wife beater and then short shorts pulled up over his gut, you know, with old shoes and you know, and I don't want to be the guy with all Under Armour either. I'm trying to do a happy medium.
It's a happy medium.
Yeah.
That's why we just create our own.
Yeah, there you go. I think we should.
Over the holidays, we'll do that. We'll create our own.
So she thinks we don't care about fashion.
We don't care about fashion, health. What else? We'll speed run this. There's no right or wrong answer. We're just
I
getting
know,
your
but
perspective.
it's hard to think on because it's not like I spend most of my days thinking
What we think.
would middle-aged men worry about.
See, just by us asking that, we already look lame. What do you think of us?
Yeah. I guess that
like
deep question is like, hey, young girls think about us, right? I guess that's just
No.
what we're trying to get
No,
validated.
I know.
She's like, no, you pretty much remember that, like the question we did way back then. This is invisible. 40-year-old plus men.
Right. You should have said that. Improv check was funny too. John, you're winning this round. You're funnier than me in this episode. I'm going to give it to you.
So,
we should do that every episode. We should like, who was funnier this week?
No, my ego can't handle it. You know what? I told
My
you this.
ego can't handle it.
I stopped. I've desocialized myself, like on Twitter and that type of stuff.
Really?
Yeah, I'm trying to just go off the grid.
Well, why?
I was just reading what other comics are doing and whatever, and I find myself having fake conversation. Like Cat
Yeah.
Williams,
Right.
retired, and then he came back saying he just didn't feel appreciated. And then it just for a day I was pissed off at that shitty attitude.
Yeah.
Like, no, you're you're there for the crowd. The crowd is not there for you, and you have to kind of keep that in mind.
Them, it gets too high before.
And- yeah, but there's a lot of. So then I'm like, why am I even at all concerned about someone's lame ass work ethic? And people give him money. They keep showing up at a show, and then on Twitter, I put his name in, and it's all these people going, "He's a real pimp." He's like, I'm like, whoa, how do I get like that? Where just dumb people give me money, and I can be as shitty as humanly possible.
Thing. You got to be like a pimp, or you got to be.
We got to work on a thing then.
Yeah. You got to be.
Anything else, Sammy?
40-year-old dude.
Parting because we know we got to get you into some training.
I can't think of anything. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You did good. Those were good. Two good, solid things. How much time do we have left? I want to try to end this podcast with going out doing push-ups.
Let's just do it now.
All right. How much? Well, okay.
I
don't want to.
We'll do it now.
All right. You guys talk over me while I'm trying to do it. I'm going to put the mic on the ground so you can hear me breathing hard.
But you realize...
I will breathe hard.
You don't have to do these.
No, I just like to
get all psychological.
I'm not gonna fake this. I might not make it to 18.
Are you trying to prove this to yourself or to us? Because if we learned anything from Sammy is her age doesn't care about us.
No, but my wife said.
Although you did do a solid, I will say this, and we've talked about this. And when I got home, my wife mentioned it to me. So even though it was little and you didn't even think about it, they've already spread the word that they recognized you.
Right.
My stepdaughter and her boyfriend were in the car. Where were we going?
To the airport.
To the airport.
Yeah.
And they recognize you from Harold and Kumar.
Harold and Kumar escaped from Guantanamo Bay.
And they're at that age where they have everything memorized.
Yeah.
Well, I have everything memorized, but from my age movies.
The movie like Grease 2.
And John was sitting, yeah, exactly. And John was sitting in the front seat, and they kind of knew who you were. And then I said something about thing, and then John turned around, and you did the line from...
Don't make me come down there and whip your Cyclops ass.
So they've been doing that all day, and they've let all their friends know. They saw the guy who was in the movie actually say that to them.
Now they're going to...
So now you have a whole...
Watch me do try and attempt 18 push-ups.
But hey, but they enjoyed that, so it's funny.
Well, good.
So there we go.
Fist bump.
All right, so we go. So
right.
18.
I'll let you cut them off. Okay, here we go. Remember, go to johnreap.com.
Oh yeah, wait. Here's the deal. Every time you get down, so people won't, so they know. Yeah. You plug one of your dates on the bottom. Just
Remember my date.
Well, you can plug something. You have 8. Dude, I'm giving you 18 free plugs on the podcast.
Let me know when to start.
Okay, get up in the push-up position.
Okay. johnreap.com. At John Reap. I'll be in Dallas. That's 3, 4.
Got a plug. 6, 7. Plug.
I can't. 9.
Yes.
10, 11. 12.
At John Reap.
13. 14. 15. 16. Well, do it. 17. Hell yeah. 18.
Wow.
I can be a female.
All right, Sammy, do you want to give it a try?
Oh, no.
Not bad for a 40-year-old, huh? Yeah, 18 push-ups.
Why don't you do one?
I didn't think I could do it because last time I did push-ups with Rick.
No, my arms are sore from that fitness deck.
Here's what I need you to do. Put it
I
on the
don't think
ground.
she can do it, and she's afraid to.
No, she's only going to do one, but put it on the ground like John. Listen,
the
in Air Force,
microphone
they're going to have you do stuff, and you can't roll your eyes like you just did to me.
roll my
You're going to
eyes.
have to. Okay, so put it on the ground. You're just going to get one, and when you come all the way down, you're going to say, leave a voice message at heffernandreap.com. One plug. That's all I need from you. Because we just have that new cool voice message thing on our website where you can leave messages, shout outs,
breathing hard,
sing songs. All right, so Sammy's in the upright position.
Here we go.
All right, and go down.
Leave a voice message at...
Okay, heffernandreap.com. Okay, now I got to do 2.
Leave a voice message at heffernandreap.com.
Yes!
Yeah, there we go. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening, and we'll catch you next time.
Go to heffernandreap.com for tour dates and great links. Hey, did you get that? It's heffernandreap.com. Go there now.